For decades, the process of releasing AAA video games has followed a predictable path.
Next generation engine, we're introducing a new era of Battlefield.
It has been honored to be working together with Infinity Ward to create Modern Warfare 3.
But what if there was a developer confident enough to buck that trend? No media previews.
1 minute and 53 seconds to the entire world.
No gigantic marketing campaigns.
Oh, the official countdown, 55 seconds.
And absolutely no warning.
There's our countdown, guys.
This is it.
You're ready to see this.
So let's see what this game is all about, baby.
19, 18, 17.
So we're gonna experience it together.
I'm ready to own. All these people are about to play this game, and they're about to suck.
13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7.
Here we go. First look.
4, 3,
Okay, here we go.
2, 1. It's time for Octane, baby!
He's running.
What's up, dude? Oh my god!
Oh my!
Oh my god, dude!
Oh my god, I got all three.
Eat that, bitch!
Oh my god!
Oh, what's up, cousin? Oh, where your life at? Oh. Let me shoot!
Let's go! I'm insane!
Die!
Apex Legends' origins date back to 2010, when Vince Zampella and Jason West founded Respawn Entertainment after a messy breakup with Activision forced them out of the studio they co-founded and a multi-billion-dollar franchise they helped create.
Call of Duty is like my baby, you know?
Yeah.
I helped create it. I don't want to see it die.
Right.
You know? I want to make something different. I want to make something, new and bring a new game to people, so. We opened up the company, it was just Jason and I. We started the company. We didn't know what the reaction would be. Some of it's based on probably how well Activision was treating the people and what they were doing to try to lock them down. And,
Right.
You never know what's going to happen. And for us to get that much interest was, it floored me.
After 4 years of quiet development, Respawn came out swinging at E3, eager to announce what they'd been working on.
Hello, everyone. It feels really great to be back on this stage and finally sharing with you Titanfall. The team at Respawn has been hard at work pushing the boundaries of multiplayer gaming. Partnering with Microsoft has given us an amazing opportunity to define what this generation of gaming has to offer beyond just hardware.
Titanfall launched on March 11th, 2014 as a multiplayer-only Microsoft exclusive published by EA.
A decision that we made to try to take the story elements and put them in, kind of weave them into multiplayer, because it was something new.
Right.
It was that desire to really just express ourselves in a different way.
Buttery smooth gunplay helped anchor its wild and kinetic movement, while giant mechs served as awe-inspiring ultimate abilities.
Acknowledged. Stand by for Titanfall.
Respawn presented the world with a brand new IP wrapped up in all the pomp and circumstance its lineage is known for.
All of our fight, all of our sacrifice has bought us this one day.
But despite strong sales and generally favorable reviews, there was an alien quality to Titanfall that extended beyond the space opera themes. Audiences didn't quite know how to respond to a game with no traditional single-player campaign and a lack of core content.
I think if we had tried to do a single-player campaign back then, we wouldn't have done it as well, because we didn't understand, or we didn't have a good understanding of how to mold those mechanics into a single-player game that we got post, Titanfall 1 launching. So
All this, coupled with shoddy matchmaking, inconsistent performance on console, and a lack of on-disc content, meant that Titanfall was forgotten as quickly as it arrived.
Titanfall's problem was that it didn't have enough juice in its multiplayer to keep you coming back over and over and over again. I tired out, after regenning that second time around, they didn't have content or a plan or announcement of what they're going to do to make you want to come back and keep powering it on for this.
When Respawn released a trailer for Titanfall 2 in April of 2016, it seemed like they listened to feedback and made changes for the better.
It's a different story. Like, you don't have to have played Titanfall 1 to enjoy, understand Titanfall 2. It's its own contained story and everything, which was important for us, since we hopefully will have a lot of new fans.
The sequel included an interesting single-player story, more emphasis on unique Titan classes, and more of everything people loved about the original's multiplayer.
Bang, bang, they shot them down.
But of course, in classic Respawn fashion, things weren't easy. The month of October is a historically crowded release window for video games. So when it was announced that Titanfall 2 would release on October 28th, the community scratched their heads, with many assuming EA was sending it out to die.
It's only a damn shame that EA made the fucked up decision to release it like a week after Battlefield 1 and just before Call of Duty, almost dooming it to fewer sales and less recognition.
But depending on what you read and who you listened to, the decision to release Titanfall 2 between EA's own Battlefield 1 and Call of Duty Infinite Warfare reportedly was Respawn's. Combine the release window with a lack of marketing and people assuming it was still a console exclusive, and Titanfall 2's launch week sales only reached a quarter of its predecessors through that same time period. 2 rounds in, and the brash Rebel studio was on the ropes and in need of a win. After the release of Titanfall 2, EA bought Respawn in 2017 and started development on a third title in the franchise.
EA is buying Respawn, developer of Titanfall 1 and 2, and apparently 3,
yes,
and a as-yet-to-be-named Star Wars game, in a deal that is reportedly worth up to $455 million.
But in watching the Battle Royale genre take the world by storm, Respawn decided to make some changes.
When Battle Royale started to blow up, we recognized that this was an opportunity. This is a new genre, and it's a chance to define that space.
Up until this point, the Battle Royale genre had occupied 2 popular extremes. The gritty military-inspired tactics of PUBG and Call of Duty Blackout that rewarded methodical play and twitchy reflexes.
Come on, you gonna cross on me like that?
Let's go.
Stand down.
And Fortnite, which is, well, Fortnite.
Oh my god! Clip that!
Respawn were hyper aware of this and made sure that their Battle Royale game would land squarely in the middle, straddling Fortnite's quirky over-the-top nature with the fast and strategic gunplay of PUBG and Blackout, sprinkled with a dash of MOBA-inspired hero abilities for good measure. And it would be known as Apex Legends.
So, you think you've got what it takes? They call us Apex Legends.
Set 30 years after the events of Titanfall 2, the world of Apex Legends is rife with civil war and political unrest. A long-forgotten blood sport is resurrected, and 60 legends drop into King's Canyon, scrambling for weapons and resources before fucking each other up in the name of glory.
I could do this, I think.
Oh my god.
You my motherfucking dog. What's up, cousin? Oh, what's up, cousin? Oh, where your life at? Oh, what are y'all talking about?
No. You out of the back.
Let's fucking go, dude. Let's fucking go. 33.
Let me shoot. Let's go! I'm insane!
Apex follows in the footsteps of its Battle Royale peers by borrowing concepts and twisting them slightly, which ushers in a sense of familiarity just different enough to be refreshing.
We play games just like everybody else, and so we were like, if we're gonna do Battle Royale, like, we're really gonna do it right.
We tried our version of it right off the bat. It was instantly some magic there.
The twisted familiarity begins with its characters and world building.
The characters, we call them legends because we knew very strongly that we didn't want generic soldier characters.
Respawn took the concept of a hero shooter like Blizzard's Overwatch and narrowed it down to 8 unique characters at launch. There's Lifeline, the Haitian medic whose eternal optimism is infectious, or Mirage, whose charming persona is baked into his decoy abilities.
This was just a lovely time. Thank you for this.
The small but diverse roster makes each character easy to try out, while their abilities are deep enough to rock a main.
More pushing? In your brother gets bottom floor.
Class distinction is present as well. Gibraltar's passive gun shield and deployable protective dome make him ideal as a tank, while Bloodhound's tracking abilities make him an interesting offensive support hybrid.
They have a very interesting tracking system which allows you to hunt down opponents by seeing their recent actions for the previous 60 seconds, and that lets you play a very aggressive playstyle.
Respawn also paid close attention to the inclusivity of its roster as well, highlighting 2 women of color in Bangalore and Lifeline, as well as confirming Gibraltar as a gay man and Bloodhound as non-binary, utilizing they-them pronouns. Respawn baked these identities into its launch, extending a welcoming hand to those players who've yet to see themselves represented in a video game from day one.
Very important to me that the female characters look like they belonged in this universe, and Wraith in particular embodies a lot of that for me. She's mysterious, she can get up close and personal, she can scare the crap out of you.
I've got everything you need.
Twisting familiar concepts extends to Respawn's take on squad play. Unlike Fortnite and PUBG, Apex Legends has no solo or duo drops. Instead, squads of 3 drop into Kings Canyon with a designated player controlling the descent.
Squad play with our Legends gives you this opportunity to define how you want to play.
There's lots of meta choices at the beginning of the match about what characters you're going to choose.
Sure, you could peel off from your squad mid-launch, but be prepared for constant 3v1 scenarios as most squads tend to stick together.
Oh my god, dude!
Even death isn't constant in Apex. If you die, your team has 90 seconds to grab your banner and bring you back into the action.
If you manage to collect it, locate the nearest respawn beacon and call them back into the fight.
It's a mechanic that's a direct response to the permadeath of its peers and reinforces Respawn's team-first mantra amongst randoms.
The big surprise is going to be respawning. We couldn't make a battle royale that didn't have respawning. It just doesn't make sense.
Respawn also iterated on the intricacies of PUBG in regards to inventory management, attachments, and ammo types by color-coding everything and simplifying the knowledge of what goes with what.
Just how everything works with the weapon attachments, dropping ammunition, it's incredible. It might be the best I've ever seen in any battle royale.
All of these contextual tweaks and iterations to a popular genre creates the feeling of it's okay to suck, while simultaneously providing a hardcore experience built on foundational and digestible mechanics.
Knock one.
Reloading.
Knock one.
Throwing arc star.
Oh, they're all dead. Never revived.
There's one behind me.
Kill two.
Reloading.
On top of these minor quality of life changes, Respawn also managed to generate those so simple yet effective moments that every gamer pines for.
Oh my god, I got all 3.
Huge nades.
The smart ping system, as Respawn calls it, feels like it's been there since the beginning, when in reality, it's a system new to the genre.
I like the way that Apex has said, hey, okay, you all have this thing that you're doing, that's great, and we all enjoy your BRs, but what about this extra thing? And the speed at which Epic said, yeah, we'll take that, put it in our game. I think that says a lot about every other BR and how they're all kind of feeding off each other. And this has been a thing for forever, man.
And it's already changed the landscape of the Battle Royale genre.
Thank you for seeing that in Apex and immediately implementing that because it was so good.
The Rebel studio, with a penchant for bucking trends, entered and disrupted a popular landscape while sacrificing the best parts of their past in the name of balanced gameplay.
We prototyped approximately a bajillion ways of having Titans in this game, and the reality was they were an incredible unbalancing factor. And that goes back to the goals of Titans from Titanfall 1 and 2. They were meant to be a giant power-up for a period of time, whereas Battle Royale games, but specifically Apex Legends, are trying to be much more level playing field.
Because Apex dropped into a space with already established parameters and expectations, Respawn skipped arbitrary explanations and gave players a product they inherently understand while delivering an experience wholly unique to Respawn's development history.
For us, we don't put anything in the game unless we think it fits and makes the game better.
In its first 8 hours, Apex Legends racked up 1 million unique players. The next day, that number jumped to 2.5. A month after release, and Apex hit a unique player count of 50 million. It's the first contender to seriously challenge for the Twitch throne.
I think the game is a very good game that has a lot of future potential and could be a mainstay in the Battle Royale genre if things develop smoothly with the game.
Between February 4th when it launched to March 5th, Apex averaged over 190,000 viewers to Fortnite's roughly 126,000, while watch time measured 137 million hours to Fortnite's 91 million.
So there's a lot of people that were very big in Fortnite. King Richard's a good example that were like fully dedicated to Fortnite. Apex came out and boom, the man is just grinding the game like crazy. He's pulling thousands of viewers now. It's great to see that kind of dedication. I think that should tell people a lot about what really the game has to offer, and that's quite a bit. It is a very fast-paced BR.
Apex briefly knocked Fortnite out of the top spot on Twitch, and the two titles have been trading back and forth for Battle Royale supremacy.
Do I think Apex is going to take over Fortnite? I wouldn't say that. I feel like Apex as a game is a lot more solid, a lot more fluid. It feels better, it plays better and everything. But Fortnite is just got like, it's got the kids won over, and it's got the it's got like the clout, you know what I'm saying? It's got the fucking clout, bro.
A success indicator for Apex Legends is the fact that the streamers who Respawn partnered with are still playing the game after their sponsored streams are over.
I got paid to promote the game yesterday, but now I'm just playing it because I like it.
And Respawn is supporting Apex Legends from an esports perspective right out of the gate, while other battle royales have languished in supporting the competitive community.
It's absolutely amazing. Respawn, EA, everybody, it is a beautiful, beautiful game, and I'm excited to see what these streamers got.
He's tied his all-time high of today thus far.
Mastiff.
He's popping with the Mastiff. That's 90. That's the champion. Dizzy, Kings Canyon. I think they just took the lead.
Hello and welcome to the wonderful T1 and FACEIT Apex Legends Invitational.
Any damage that can be done, and they're applying a lot of pressure. No cover for these young chaps, I'm afraid. Down they go, and they've been absolutely bamboozled here. You are the new kill leader. No surprise here. Some of the world's best Apex Legends players on your screens right now. And they will not be winning the overall competition if they drop at this stage. They needed 28 kills and a victory, and it all comes crashing down. And that's it. It will be decided.
This is Code Red Apex Legends. And Mendo's close to bleeding out. He is so close to bleeding out right now. Pushing forward, good connects. This is what you need to do. You need to isolate out fights. That's why he backed away to heal up. And now he's got the R301 out. He's on the chase for this next kill. We'll be able to clean that up, but he's left as a solo.
It just requires that extra oomph to be able to dethrone the kings of Apex Legends right now, which is happening with King Richard, Mendo, and Dizzy.
It sparked discussion from the community in regards to the best format to run successful competition.
The way that these Apex events are happening is in public matches. It's all about kill count, and there's weight on placement too, and winning a game, that kind of thing. But it's very engagement focused, which is great. That makes for a fantastic battle royale spectator experience. If you're looking at it from just a viewer standpoint, you're not weighing in, you're not bringing the competitor side of things in. It's way more fun to watch a game where everybody is constantly pushing fights. It's always aggressive gameplay because it's very action focused.
After its launch, players were anticipating the release of a potential battle pass that most assumed would mirror Fortnite's season-style format. But when Wild Frontier launched on March 19th, that anticipation turned to disappointment.
So what I'm disappointed in is I'm not seeing enough character skins. It's all weapon skins. And I get that's what you see, but I feel like some people want to rock some cool character skins.
Respawn with theirs kind of put, I feel like, a lower tier of content in there. People were hoping for a little bit, a few more special things.
Wild Frontier felt like a reactionary move rather than a decision that would push Apex Legends in a unique direction.
It's quickly evaporating. I don't think a season pass is
gonna just like absolutely take it to the next level. No, I think it's just gonna maintain.
Instead of twisting the Battle Pass concept in interesting ways, Respawn served up the status quo, releasing a Battle Pass for the sake of saying, hey, we have one too. Instead of convincing players that the game was going to be great during a months-long lead-up to the release, Respawn let Apex speak for itself.
The best part about Apex Legends, it's not just free to play, it's available right now.
If Apex Legends showed the video game industry what could be accomplished with smart influencer marketing and a strong belief in product, Twitch is the platform that allowed that message to spread.
You guys are fighting, I'm coming. Did you just get 3 of them with was that one arc star?
Yeah. Literally absolutely not. No, the Mirage is one hit on me. Still. Mirage one hit running away, Dizzy.
All dead, all dead.
Let's go, baby.
In an interview with Game Informer, lead producer Drew McCoy said the decision to make Apex Legends and keep quiet about its release was Respawn's, at one point having to convince EA this was the game to make. Apex Legends is a perfect distillation of the mythic overnight success that does not exist but is used to describe a popular trend.
This game gets big and it's, I'm still liking it. Be cool. Who knows? You never know what games blow up nowadays, man. You know what I mean? This game is not $60. This game is free.
Respawn has released fantastic video games years before Apex Legends was ever an idea, but the ubiquitous adoration afforded to the likes of Fortnite and Epic Games has always been just out of reach.
What Fortnite has done for all battle royales and for what they're going to continue to do, because they're still light years ahead of any other battle royale with what they've been doing for the last year. But what Fortnite did, they when they came out with their game, they took and they saw what everyone's main issues were with other battle royales that were previously out, and then they came out with Fortnite, and Fortnite just killed it, and it amazing. And it's definitely gonna be one of the best battle royales for a long time.
And while we can't know how Apex Legends is going to net out in the long run, all eyes are focused on the Rebel Studio and its spiritual successor to an embattled franchise. It's a game that brings polish to a genre rife with jank, while adding small but thoughtful additions to the sandbox that pushes the Battle Royale landscape in an objectively positive direction.
Respawn knocked it out of the park, and I still think their map can get bigger, put more players in it, and still keep the same philosophy of Dead Space. I'm telling you right now, that is a AAA, multi-million-dollar map design idea.
Apex Legends never showed off the fun we were about to have. It just handed us the controller and stepped back.
Excited, baby! I'm excited!
Ready to watch the world react.
Using grapple.
What's up, dude? Oh my god.
I'm knocked. You out of the back.
You're insane.
Come on!
Oh boy!
Woo!
Oh my god!
Oh!
He's tied his all-time high of today thus far.
Massive.
He's popping with the Mastiff. That's 90. That's the champion.
Thanks for watching. If you want more great content just like this, be sure to hit the subscribe button.